Done giving my heart just any ball. She's a runner, she's a track star.
Hi guys, my name is Malime, for those of you who don't know, and for my regulars, welcome back sweeties, welcome back babies. Yeah guys, what can I say? What could I say? Today I decided that I'm going to be doing a story time, my first ever official story time with this, with hot chocolate. So I'm going to be spilling beans on my, oh my god guys, I can't see without glasses. I was going to attempt to do a video without glasses and I don't feel comfortable because I can't see the screen properly, but I'm just going to put them back. I'm going to be doing, yeah, that feels better. I'm going to be doing a story time on my first Vasity roommate. Yeah guys, it is something that I have always wanted to get off my chest but never got the chance or the opportunity to, because guys, now I had it tough with the roommate. Yeah, I will not be sharing any names of the people or of the person that was my roommate because our living situation was a bit hectic for the both of us. So yeah, I will not be sharing her name or the place that I stayed or resided at because I don't even have the money for lawsuits. So yeah, let's get into it. Well, okay, I did my first year at the University of Limpopo in 2019, and yeah, I kind of had a difficult time finding a single room, so I opted for a room whereby we share showers, right? We both had our own separate rooms, but then in the middle of the room there was a shower, or practically a bathroom that me and my neighbor had to share, right? So meaning that obviously somehow we got to be we have to be cordial with each other. So I'm sorry about that, I was thinking of something. We have to be cordial with each other. So what would happen is, if I wanted to use the bathroom, I'd knock from my side of the door just to make sure that there's nobody in the bathroom, and so would she. So yeah, and then, you know, we were both first years and very excited to be starting school. So what first happened was that her and I would like talk and share certain things, since, well, we both didn't know much about being in varsity as it was our first times. And there's certain things that as a varsity student sometimes you come without or you have not yet purchased. Like personally, I didn't have a cell phone charger for whatever weird reason. I forgot mine at home, I believe. Yeah, I'd forgotten mine at home, and she didn't have a laptop charger, ironically. So what we would do is borrow each other those chargers. Whenever she needed a charger, she'd just walk through the bathroom to my room and collect the laptop charger, since we used Aces. And then when I didn't have a cell phone charger, I'd just go through the bathroom to her side and collect the charger from the plug. Yeah, so everything was okay, everything was cool for like the first month or so. She's a lovely person, we'd share a lot of things. So weirdness started, the first type of like weirdness that I saw started when in a way I felt like she started behaving like me. But I, like, it was just weird. Like, she started speaking the way I'd speak. She started doing things that I would do, and I was just not sure about what was happening. So I contacted my mom, and I was like, hey, mother, honey, city. Nah, can't boy now. I told my mom, oh. I would tell my mom like every single thing, right? I'd be like, okay, so today one happened, and sister, we have to give her a name. Yeah, let's just say her name was Copycat. Yeah, let's call it Copycat because she liked doing the same things that I did. So happened was, as we still continuing with the story. First, I remember for her to, I think we're like cool and whatnot. So we'd like, we were fine, but like we chill with people that stayed in other rooms. We were like really dope roommates. I remember at some stage we even wanted to change rooms together. That's how close her and I were. Like we were tight. Like we talk about everything. Like general school things. So what happened was, oh man, I think my story's gonna be short because I'm not a really good storyteller. I'm just testing out my storytelling skills. Yeah, so what had happened was that we received our first allowance, and then I remember no, that's not how it started. How did it start? Okay, first what happened was my cousin came to visit us. My male cousin came to visit us. So Mzala, being Mzala, wanted to see the person that I stayed with, and I was okay with it. I was like, oh, the more the merrier. If you're gonna be a squad, I don't mind my family members joining into the squad. Sharp. My cousin comes and then he's like, oh, who do you stay with? I'm like, I stay with Copycat. And he's like, what guy, Copycat? I'm like, nah, Copycat is around. We can go knock at her door and just say hi. So we go to Copycat's door, we knock, right? Because I'm like to him before we go, I'm like, dude, I'm studying. I have a test coming up, so I don't think I'm gonna stay long at Copycat's place. So he's like, say it sharp, let's go. We go, we move, we lock my door, we go to Copycat's place. I knock, I'm like, hi Copycat, Kimzala, we'll call Mzala. Who we gonna call Mzala? Who can we call him Mzala, guys? Because this is my cousin. I don't want to be giving him a name that will, we'll just call him Mzala. Let's continue with him just being Mzala. So, Mzala. Waka. Yeah, my Mzala. Okay, we get to her door, right? Me and Mzala. So I'm like, to Copycat, I'm like, Copycat, give Mzala. Mzala ki Copycat. So I introduce them to each other. Mzala likes Copycat, Copycat likes Mzala. They start talking and whatnot. So Copycat smoked weed, right? And yeah, she had wine and whatnot. Like she's a free spirited person. Sharp. So Mzala and Copycat get along because the things that Mzala does and the things that Copycat does, they go hand in hand. And in that, at the time, I had to study. I wasn't going to chill for that. So Kazi is like, yeah, no, Copycat. I'm like, Kazi, udula jangli Copycat. Like, how are you gonna chill with Copycat if you don't know Copycat? Copycat's like, no, it's fine. Akadula, he can stay. And Mzala's like, no, I don't have a problem. She seems like a dope person, so I will chill. Get a sharp. I'm like, guys, please don't do weird things. Like, it's just gonna be awkward for me if you guys did weird things. You know what I mean? So, sharp. I leave, I go back to my place because now I have to study. I don't know what happened because now I'm studying. So I remember, I think I studied for like 2 hours to 3 hours before going to sleep. I'm like, Mzala, aren't you leaving? Because Mzala was driving when he came to visit me. So I'm like, Mzala, aren't you leaving? Because I didn't want him getting drunk to a point where he couldn't drive, and then now I'm going to be in trouble, and we both going to be in trouble because he was drunk, and you know what happens when people drive drunk. He's like, no, Uskawara, when I go to sleep, sorry about that. He's like, when I go to sleep, I'll tell you when I leave. I'm like, okay, but what time are you going to leave? Because it's already after 12. He's like, no, don't worry. I'm like, okay, I go. I sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night to go pee. Is Mzala still not at my place at 3 o'clock in the morning with Copycat? Sharp. I not that. It's none of my business anyway. I was like, it's none of my business. Give Vasity. Ramamponi. It's none of my business. Sharp. So I don't know what time Mzala left in the morning. When I woke up, Mzala wasn't there. Mzala was gone. So since while he was driving, I just assumed good time. He might have left early in the AMs to go back home. Sharp. And then, like, time passes. I know Ure, like, Copycat has... She didn't have a boyfriend. She used to call it a friend with benefits. So I knew that Copycat had a friend with benefits. So I didn't want my... In all honesty, I was really angry. And she knows about it. The following day, I told her, I was like, girl, I don't want you hooking up with my cousin because, number one, you have more than one boyfriend and you have a friend with benefits. So I don't want you getting my cousin sick or anything like that. I'm just saying, don't play with my cousin's heart. She's like, no, we didn't do anything. I'm like, sharp. If you say so, you guys didn't do anything. You guys didn't do anything. Sharp. I call Mzala. I'm like, Mzala, please, don't frustrate me. If you're going to do stuff like this, don't do them at my place. Because, like, you know now, because you know the things that your roommate does. And you know what, the type of person Mzala is. Like, you know those people better than they know each other. So I just knew it was going to be a disaster. So I don't want either of them doing anything weird. Sharp. So what happened was a couple of weeks went by, right? Mzala didn't come visit. And then I call Mzala. I'm like, Mzala, what you call this? I want to go to town and so obviously Mzala would like drive me around as like my Uber. So Mzala would like come get me, or I'd meet up with him in town or wherever I like, whichever mall that I wanted to that is close. If I wanted to buy like groceries or do shopping or something like that. So then it was like month end, and then myself and Rumi were going, oh, we even used to call each other roomies, guys. I really don't know what happened. So what happened was, it was month end, and then Rumi and I, or Copycat, were going to get groceries and whatnot. So we were going to the same malls, and I was like, okay, fine, sharp, you can come along. But Mzala then called and was like, no, come, let's meet in town. Let's meet at this particular mall. Or Savannah. So like, he was like, come, let's meet at Savannah, because then I don't want to drive all the way to Turf and then come back to Savannah and then drive you back to Turf again. And then I was like, okay, sharp, we'll meet you in town. So I tell neighbor, I'm like, okay, I'm going to town and I'm going to meet up with Mzala. So Copycat is like, sharp, no, there's no problem. I'm excited. I'm like, okay, knock it 10. I'm not gonna get myself involved in this, whatever it is that is happening. I'm like, sharp. And then now I meet up with the Mzala in town, and when I get there, Mzala and I do family things that we were told to do, that we were sent to town for. And then after that, he's like, oh, I have to go, I have another appointment in town with other people. I'm like, okay, sharp, you can go, I don't mind, because I had a friend with me, and a different friend. I was with somebody else, and I was like, okay, sharp, I don't mind, it's fine. Before Mzala left, roommate had to go withdraw money, right? So me and Mzala, we are walking, right? Hanti, roommate is behind. We didn't see that she's behind, and I'm like, so I'm actually gonna say bye to your girlfriend or your friend or whatever you guys are. He's like, oh no, I'd rather say goodbye to her, she's annoying. So when he's busy saying all those nasty things, Mzala, like next to me, he's busy, he's going on and on. Him and I don't see that. roommate is behind. Oh fuck, guys, it was so awkward. And I think she heard us. So she's like you could see with her facial expression what she heard every single thing we said. She's like, okay guys, I'm gonna leave now. I'm going to another mall. And I'm like, oh no, it's fine. I'm waiting for somebody else. I'm gonna go with somebody else to the mall, so it's fine. You can leave me. You could see on her facial reaction, Oreo, she wasn't happy about the things that my cousin said. Sharp. She leaves, she goes to the mall. I wait for the person that I was waiting for. I go to the mall. And then I get back to our place early, right? Sharp. When she comes back from the mall, I open the door and I'm like, oh, hi, so you back? She was with her friend with benefits at that day. She was with her friends with benefits. And I'm like, oh, hi, so you back? She was so rude, and I'm like, okay, maybe something is wrong, she'll get over it, or it's that issue. But I was not about to bring it up because I didn't say anything, and I did warn them. I did warn them. I was like, what you guys doing is not gonna work. Sharp. So now we're like in a situation wondering, oh guys, my neighbor is making a noise. Okay, I'll continue the story once the noise is down. Okay guys, let me continue. So yeah, sharp. Rumi and I are talking, and like she was so not nice to me, and I'm like, okay, sharp. Maybe she heard what my cousin said, nah? So okay. I'm like, oh, maybe she heard what my cousin said, hence she's being this way. I'm telling the person who had accompanied me to go get groceries and whatnot. He's like, she'll get over it. It's like, don't stress, she'll get over it. Like, I fed a sharp. Okay. Now, okay, like, she started being mean. Like, when I greet her, she wouldn't greet me back. So now, I'm spiteful like that. If I greet you and you don't greet me, I stop. Period. I stop. So, sharp. Now she's no longer greeting me. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I should get over it. She'll be fine. She'll be okay. It's not my business. Not my problem. Not my baby. Sharp. So now she's being rude, talking about me to other people. What. Now, you know, like how people get, if you go and talk about somebody to other people that you guys mutually know, they're gonna come and ask that person. So the girls came and they asked me, they're like, oh, Copycat says, you are untidy, you don't clean, what. I'm like, yeah, okay, sharp. I leave it. I tell my mom, like, ma, so apparently this is what Rumi has been doing, and I don't know what to do about it. Mom's like, let it go. Don't stress about it. Because, like, the reason why my mom never wanted me to live on campus, because on campus you literally share a room, is because my mom always thought that, like, I'm a softie. Like, people always take advantage of the fact that I'm soft. I'm not really soft, I'm just very emotional. Sharp. So I let it go. And then my mom sent me money to, like, buy stuff for our bathroom, of which her and I were planning on, like, sharing the expenses to make our bathroom look nice. So since while she wasn't speaking to me, I just bought some stuff in the hopes that she will buy the rest of the things that we're planning on buying. So I buy the shower mats, I buy the toilet brush, and the, you know, those things that you use to place toothbrushes and toothpaste and yeah, whatever not else. Sharp. She buys the shower curtain, right? Shop. So now we had this thing that, like, in the bathroom, if you open the shower curtain to my side, the water would, like, fall on the floor, would like trickle to the floor and then into my room. So usually would, like, do it in the middle or to her side because she didn't have that issue. Sharp. So what would happen? Oh, Father God. Now, because she wasn't talking to me, every time when she was done showering, she would take the curtain straight to my side, knowing very well that the water was going to get into my room. And then every time I'd like clean, I'd put on the mat and I would like put the toilet washing the toilet brush on the floor and like make everything cute and whatnot. She would remove the mat and put it on the toilet seat. And she'd like, but weird enough, she used to remove the mat, but then the soap, the hand washing soap, she would use it and her boyfriend would use it and I had no problem with it. So I didn't understand, or like, where was her standpoint in this whole thing? Because like, you can't be halfway mean when it suits you, and when it doesn't suit you, you're gonna use some of my stuff. If you don't want to use my stuff, don't use all of them. Period. So time goes on. So this one day, the thing that like really now set this whole thing on fire, on flames and whatnot shit. Sorry for my language. Is that girl had a boyfriend over. No problem, sharp. So her and her boyfriend take a shower. I don't have a problem with cleaning after her alone. But now today is that her and her boyfriend took a shower, right? After they took a shower, they didn't clean the shower. They didn't mop the floor. They just left it as it was. And weird enough is, guys, they were doing the deeds in the shower, and I heard them do the deeds in the shower because my shower and her shower is the same shower. I can hear whatever it is that's happening in the bathroom while I'm in my room. So as disgusting as it was, because I also needed to shower and I needed to go to class, I cleaned, guys. I cleaned. After I was done cleaning, I took a shower. And then after taking the shower, I also didn't clean. So sister wrote a note. My neighbor wrote a note on her door saying that clean after yourself, biatch. I'm like, okay, sharp, fair. I'm not that. I ask her, I'm like, is this no for me? Why don't you like talk to me straight? Because when we moved in together, I told you that if you have a problem with me, tell me straight on. Don't like beat around the bushes. She's like, it's on my door, and if you think it's for you, then it's for you. And I'm like, girl, I'll slap you so fucking bad. Can you see how big to me you are? I will slap you. Don't come here trying to act smart, because like, this is not getting out of hand. If you have an issue, tell me so that we can sort it out. The reason why I didn't clean is because you were in here with your boyfriend and you guys didn't clean after yourself. Sharp. So while she was talking, I slammed the door in her face, because I was really angry. So I slammed the door in her face. And I sit in my room and I tell my mom, I'm like, so she brought her boyfriend over and this is what happened. My mom's like, I just let it go. So like, my mom is those like Christian ladies that you should let everything go. Sharp. So it goes on, and now she's still going and talking about me to the other girls that we knew from like the compound where we stayed. Sharp. They come and tell me, and I was just like, okay, you know what? Now that this is getting out of hand, like it's really starting to irritate me, I'm gonna end up like having to tell the landlord. I delay it, and then like as everything I do, she would do. I remember this one time on Valentine's Day, I went to my friend's place. I helped him like make food for the girlfriend and whatnot. I came back to my place, did the same thing to, like, it was my first Valentine. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do something cute, something nice. So I did a pasta and whatnot, like all those cute things, bought chocolates and whatnot. Shy. Did she not a couple of days later, because you know, like, we post things on social media, she had my numbers, I had her numbers. Did she not a couple of days later do the same thing for her friend with benefits? The same person that she was telling me already, yeah, nah, she wouldn't do half the things that I do. No, love is for the weak, blah. I'm like, shut. I let it go. And then not a couple of months later, like I think it was a week or so later, I went to Identity. I got myself a cute Nyana handbag. She went and got exactly the same handbag that I got, just that where mine was white, hers was brown. And I'm like, what's her issue with me? Like, what is her issue with me, right? She started playing the same kind of music that I play in my room, in her room. I'm like, so now we're even listening to the same music. What the heck is happening? What's happening here? Sharp. I'm like, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go. Let's relax. Let's relax. It's not worth it. And then eventually, like, the falling outs were just getting way too much. Like, she just literally stopped cleaning after herself in the bathroom. I would, like, every single day, almost every single day, clean after her in the bathroom. So it started feeling like I was being bullied, right? Because there was nothing I could tell her about her having to change what she was doing with the shower curtain, because it was her shower curtain at the end of the day. Like, it was not mine, and there was no way whereby we're going to have like 2 shower curtains on one shower. So the mat thing was like a constant thing where Lauren, I knew every time I clean, I'm gonna come back and find the mat on the toilet seat and not on the floor. My hand wash, yeah, fela. Like, guys, it was getting finished and I was only alone, and she was using it with her people. Sharp. Excuse me. She was using it with her friends and whatnot, and I was like, sharp, I don't mind, I don't care. So eventually I was just like fed up with it, and then I went and I told my landlord that, you know what, I'm literally gonna slap this girl. And she had like an eye patch. I don't know what happened to her eye. I don't know what happened to her eye. So like eventually she had to get like an eye patch, and she had like eye problems for a while. Oh, did I tell you guys that she would wear non-doctor prescribed glasses just because I had glasses? Because she was weird. She even got her some glasses that didn't work. Yeah, not really warning, guys. I saw things. So eventually now I started feeling like she was mentally abusing me, because like now it's like I'm her nanny. So I told the landlord, I was like, if one of us doesn't move, you're literally going to have a serious case on your hands. So it's either you move me or you move her, right? So after I told the landlord about that, I left for like the weekend. I went to my grandmother's house. When I came back, she had moved out, and a very sweet girl, her name, I'm just gonna use her real name because she's a darling even to this day, Maria, had moved into her room. And then like ever since then, like, guys, I had the dopest roommate ever. Like, all the emotional bullying and whatnot was over and done with and dusted. So yeah, I was really happy after that. So I decided to do this video so that like people know, yeah, like, so that first year students know that even if you have a roommate, don't let them stamp on your head, because like I was not the only one faced with a monster for a roommate. Some of my friends had similar issues, whereby one of my roommate told me that her roommate wouldn't allow her to cook, because she's there on campus, so they literally shared the entire room, not only bathrooms. Her roommate wouldn't allow her to cook boerewors inside the room when she was around, but the roommate would cook cow intestines. So how do you cook mogodu and then tell somebody else not to cook wors because it smells bad for you? Like, some people are just bullies. So I personally think that before it gets out of hand, whereby you also think of like maybe committing suicide or doing something else, guys, you must stand up for yourself. Some people are just bullies, and they know that you can't do much because your family is not around, you're alone, whatnot. So yeah, that was my story with my first ever Vasity roommate. And since then, after first year, I was like, I'm no longer having a roommate. I'm gonna have a mini bachelor for myself where I stay alone and no sharing, no nothing. So yeah, that was my first roommate experience, and it was horrendous. It was horrible, guys. But it had its good times and its bad times, and I'm just not gonna dwell on it anymore. This is like me getting it out of my system, over and done with. And yeah, man, hopefully it helps somebody out there to just stand up to their roommates or to figure out a system of people that can help you deal with it. Whether it be your landlord, it be your mom, it be friends. Because Maria was the one who was like, you know what? I will move into her room because, no, this is just not healthy. She decided that she's going to change rooms with Copycats, and I was okay with it. And yeah, since then we'd had, like, even now we're still friends, we still talk. I've had the best roommate experience after my first roommate. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to me if you got it this far, and tell me how good my storytelling skills are. If you think I should do more of these videos, and yeah, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content from me. Thank you very much, and bye bye.